We begin right here in Washington, D.C., where President Donald Trump hosted his French counterpart Emmanuel Macron at the White House on Monday. The two leaders, who shared a friendly relationship during President Trump's first term, sought to find common ground once again. The two leaders laughed, hugged, gripped hands, touched knees, and backslapped. But stark differences were on display as the war in Ukraine became the focal point. In fact, at one point, the commander-in-chief falsely claimed that European nations have been loaning money to Ukraine, which they'll get back. But President Macron stopped him mid-sentence, fact-checking the U.S. president in real time.
Europe is loaning the money to Ukraine. They get their money back.
No, in fact, to be frank, we paid 60% of the total effort, and it was through, like the U.S., loans, guarantee, grants, and we provided real money, to be clear. We have 230 billion frozen assets in Europe, Russian assets, but this is not as a collateral of a loan because this is not our belonging. So they are frozen. If at the end of the day in the negotiation we will have with Russia, they're ready to give it to us, super. It will be loan at the end of the day and Russia will have paid for that.
If you believe that, it's okay with me.
Mr. President,
if they get their money back, we don't, and now we do. But, you know, that's only fair.
The differences between the two leaders were clearly on display during a joint press conference at the White House.
Our focus is on achieving a ceasefire as soon as possible and ultimately a permanent peace. My meeting with President Macron today was another important step forward in that sphere because he's been very much involved right from the beginning in trying to get it over with, and we're going to get it done. I believe that Emmanuel agrees with me on many of the most important issues. Chief among them is this is the right time. It may be the only time, you know.
I think it's good to have discussion. I think it's useful to have negotiation. I think it's super important to go to the peace. But my strong point was to say, let's try to get something first which can be assessed, checked and verified. And let's be sure that we build sufficient guarantees on the short run. And this is where we are ready to be engaged. As for France, a lot of my European colleagues are ready to be engaged. But we do need this American backup because this is part of the credibility of the security guarantees. And this is our collective deterrence capacity.
Meanwhile, social media erupted with theories suggesting President Trump tried to humiliate President Macron on several occasions. Users couldn't help but notice Donald Trump's absence as he sought to send a White House employee to welcome the French president. And in another instance, Macron appeared to perch on the corner of Trump's desk while the president sat comfortably in his chair during a Zoom call. However, even after such moments, both leaders aligned on one thing, a peace deal to end the Russia-Ukraine war that they hoped was just a few weeks away. And President Trump and Macron's meeting comes as America and Russia are set to hold a follow-up meeting in Riyadh on Tuesday, a week after their foreign ministers met for peace talks. And after long verbal clashes with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, Donald Trump has signaled meeting him at the White House in the coming weeks.
Merci beaucoup. Hi. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Namaste, Mr. President.
Bharat Kelogon, Komeri Namaste.
How many people generally follow you in interviews?
Typically in a month, we have viewers up to 150 million. That's more than twice the population of France. And in the last 2 years, we had 3 billion viewers. So I say, Laurent, this is your chance to be famous. You're on Firstpost. One word to describe your equation with Prime Minister Modi.
Amitié.
As India and France work together, are you creating a new era of non-alignment in the technology space?
India is a training superpower. 1 million engineers a year, more than all of Europe and the US combined. So we have that partnership. We have a partnership on the environment and the economy. We also have civilian nuclear programs. And that is something we've developed far beyond the France-India relationship. So we want to work together on AI.
And then comes China with its DeepSeek, creating models at a fraction of the cost. Did that innovation take you by surprise? Did that breakthrough make you sit up and think, what did the Chinese do and how?
But what did DeepSeek do? They took everything that was already available from the last AI model and then they recalibrated it.
So are you going to ban Chinese AI in France?
So we don't have this American approach of banning tech because of where it comes from.